In the beginning of June, apparently the official Major League Baseball social media account changed their logo to the new LGBTQIA+ flag, but then less than 24 hours later, they changed their logo back. Now, Not the Bee suggests it's because they're afraid of becoming the next Bud Light, as Bud Light has now lost billions in value, and buying their products actually opens you up to ridicule amongst their consumer base. But I honestly don't think it's necessarily the MLB saying we're afraid of being boycotted by their customers, as nearly every pro sports organization has implemented wokeness into their product. Fans react, profits take a hit, but as long as they eventually return to displaying high-level athletic competition, most fans come back to tune in. But what I believe is happening to the MLB is like what happened to the NHL. In an effort to pander to a very small percentage of their audience, they're actually going to alienate their most valuable part of the business, the players. Pro sports has been making the fatal flaw thinking that they can follow Hollywood into the pursuit of woke dollars, forgetting that actors with liberal arts degrees aren't interchangeable with professional athletes. The same players that constantly wear crosses inside their uniform, point to the heavens when they hit a home run, and explicitly thank the Lord when they win championships. It's going to be really hard to attract top talent in free agency if the Dodgers become the Bud Light of baseball, because the Los Angeles Dodgers really tried to lean into Pride Month by inviting a group with drag queen nuns that featured a drag pole dance on a cross and wanted to give them the Community Hero Award. After receiving backlash, they uninvited them, but then later re-invited them, citing their decades of life-saving work, which really helped them take a good first step according to LA Pride, which, to pander to this audience, the drag queen nuns getting an award for existing is only the start of what the Dodgers would need to do to please this specific organization. I honestly don't know what they expect the Dodgers to do to get their full support, that is, without pulling a Bud Light and alienating their core fan base. But here's where this movement in pro sports is destined to fail, as LA's star pitcher Clayton Kershaw has begun to speak out against the Dodgers' support of the drag queen nuns, stating this is nothing against the LGBT community, he just doesn't want to be affiliated with a group making fun of religion, which I see this moment with Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers the same way I saw Kid Rock and Bud Light. None of the consumers care about what the social media marketing VP from some liberal arts college is trying to push. If the star players won't endorse it, the fans won't buy into it either. And it's not just Clayton Kershaw, as Dodgers relief pitcher Blake Trinan spoke up too, stating the Dodgers are going to alienate the fans and actually warning them of being the next Bud Light or Target. Now, DodgersWay.com tried to criticize Trinan over his writing ability, but it's nothing new, as the media always try to tear down Trinan for, being an individual with different thoughts and opinions. And it's one thing if players on that team simply don't want to share the logo with something criticizing their religious beliefs, but now we're hearing from players from other organizations also criticizing the LA Dodgers, as Trevor Williams of the Washington Nationals spoke out on Twitter, stating it's actually a violation of their discrimination policy and telling Catholics to reconsider their support of the Dodgers. And if the Dodgers think they'll become more profitable by replacing their religious fan base with fans from the Pride movement, one, I think they're going to lose a lot of money, but two, baseball doesn't need to have an opinion on any of this. Just focus on the fans that want to see the team win, because once you focus on the fans that will only support the team if you validate who they like to sleep with, you're no longer a baseball team, you're an activist organization. Because when I look at the Toronto Blue Jays and their pitcher Anthony Bass, apparently he showed a post on Instagram about the biblical reason that Christians should boycott Target. He was then met with boos in his next appearance on the mound.
Go back to Tampa! Go back to Florida!
Then he was seen bending the knee, apologizing for having beliefs that people disagree with.
I recognized yesterday I made a post that was hurtful to the Pride community, and I am truly sorry for that. I just spoke with my teammates and shared with them my actions yesterday. I apologized with them, and as of right now, I'm using the Blue Jays resources to better educate myself, to make better decisions moving forward.
How sad is it that we now have pro athletes being re-educated by their teams? And what star player with any amount of self-dignity would want to go play for the Toronto Blue Jays right now? Yeah, you might agree with the decision here, but what happens when you disagree with the mob in Toronto? You will be paraded in front of the media, forced to apologize, and turn your back on your beliefs. So all your friends, family, and fans know how shallow your convictions are when money is on the line. Because I really think teams are going to have to choose between winning and activism. Consider the greatest player of all time, Shohei Ohtani. And in case you don't know, he's a top pitcher and a top hitter, squeaky clean reputation, in his prime, and he's a free agent. playing on an awful team, available to sign anywhere next year. Japanese companies pay millions to advertise when he's playing, so much that a team could probably recoup the money they're paying on his contract. The caveat being, traditional Japan still hasn't even legalized gay marriage. So I wonder, will those same Japanese companies pay millions of dollars to have their brand run side by side with something that is still illegal in their country? Not to mention, Ohtani makes most of his money from brand endorsements. So the same way the NBA players make more money from Nike if they play in a big market team, would Ohtani make less advertising dollars if he played on the Dodgers? Because not all teams are leaning into this. The Texas Rangers are still refusing to have a Pride Night, which I really wonder, with all the boycotts of Bud Light, Target, and now the Dodgers, will this actually boost the Rangers' popularity and, more importantly, profitability? Are disaffected fans and players going to see the Texas Rangers as, ironically, the only organization that is inclusive of their beliefs? Because we covered this when it was running through the NHL, when Philadelphia Flyers defenseman Ivan Provorov refused to wear the Pride jersey.
Everybody, I respect everybody's choices. My choice is to stay true to myself and my religion. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, I don't think Provorov actually has a problem with the LGBT community. He just stated that he did not want to wear the flag. I think it's the same way I don't have a problem with people practicing their faith. Me not wanting to wear a yarmulke isn't a statement against people that want to practice Judaism, but somehow this particular movement demands compliance, which is where I think it goes wrong and why I think companies are starting to back away from it. You saw it with Microsoft's Xbox starting off June with the Pride logo, and a few days later, they changed it to a burning logo, where even the AI chatbots are calling out how inclusivity has just become a marketing ploy, with other Twitter posters talking about supporting Nintendo because they focus on entertainment over agendas. And as I said before, I used to intern at a marketing firm. I understand the game and it is what it is. I'm not bothered by profile pic pandering. But looking at Xbox and their Play with Pride campaign, where they promote inclusive games like Rainbow Six that features a gay character from Argentina that calls his husband every night, how the developer consults with the trans community and added a non-binary character. And here's the thing. I grew up on the Rainbow Six video games. Believe it or not, this was revolutionary gaming. So it kind of makes sense that Rainbow Six would focus on inclusivity, because the storyline is all the elite special forces from around the world collaborate in a rainbow team. I remember in the 90s they had a Korean soldier, but he sucked and his stats were awful. I wanted to play as a German Dieter Weber, because when playing a video game, it was more important to me that I was an elite sniper than a Korean like me. And I just think it would make life a lot more simple for kids if their entertainment mediums were focused on fun instead of inclusivity. Because I really don't know how we made a world where adults will throw fits if the products that are directed towards kids don't cater to their fragility. So hopefully sports will eventually reject activism, let baseball be baseball, let video games be video games. I just think of the pickup basketball at my 24-hour fitness. I know for certain most of the guys there don't agree on politics or religion, but we still manage to have fun because it's a game. And anybody that can only have fun if everybody holds the same exact virtues and values as them, simply put, that's a miserable person that is always destined to find something to be mad about. So if you appreciate alliteration with no-nonsense, concise commentary, hopefully I've earned your subscription, and you can see stories like the samurai cowboy cops that are taking back Southern California.